Alright, guys, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Clangin and Bangin with Mikey. Episode 54. And today, first off, wishing everybody else a happy new year, man. I really hope you guys going I hope 2021 wasn't rough for you guys. I hope hope you crushed all your goals. I did for the most part, for 2021 I crushed most of my goals. 2022 stop, it's hot. Um, 2022, I wrote down my list, man, and so I did all this, and there's 10 goals on here, and 3 of them are important. Or at least to me. Eight would be more frugal, and I don't mean just with time and or whatever. I mean, I don't mean with money only. I mean, not that I'm a spender because I'm not. Um, but be more frugal in your time. Be more frugal in your, be more mindful of or be more careful of who you choose to spend your time with and everything, man. That show more love and gratitude, bro. I've been working on that for the last couple of years, bro, and it's like we're all a work in progress, man. And lastly, control your emotions. You control your emotions. You control the situations. Um, and it's true. 2021, man, it was interesting for me on both levels, both professionally and personally. A lot of growth happened, man. Not that it was growth is always difficult. Change is always difficult. Leaving people behind is always difficult, and not because they don't serve a purpose in your life, but it's like if you want to level up, you have to leave people behind. You can't keep the same relationships that wasn't serving you, you know, coming into the new year. And don't get me wrong, I have friends from high school who I see like once a year, or like I know dudes I work with. I mean, dudes I went to school with still working the same jobs in high school. And the only time I see them is when I stop in their store, the store that they work at. I don't call them, don't text them, don't do whatever, man. And it's like, um, and it's no bad blood, man. It's never that. It's always love on my end. It's like I'm the type of dude, like, yeah, I talk a lot of shit. I'm not gonna deny that fact. I do talk a lot of shit, but at the same time, man, it's like if you need something and we on good terms, I got you. But yeah, man, 2021 it was interesting. I was supposed to go out to this New Year's Eve party last night, but as you guys can hear in the background, it's raining, and it's been doing that all week. Where I live at. And so I'm like, yeah, and they ended up canceling the barbecue that they were gonna have, and which I kind of figured out because it's like it's been raining all week, and it's not really the most ideal time to be outside. Speaking about outside, so last night was New Year's Eve, and my neighborhood, as usual, neighborhood that I grew up in as usual, went off. There was a couple people that pulled up, popped off fireworks, and they didn't clean up. I thought that was really strange. It's like, how you gonna pop off fireworks and not clean up? I mean, that's just disrespectful. Because we were told at a young age, like like you make a mess, you clean it up. And it's basic stuff, right? But people pulled up and they did whatever, and yeah, I thought that was kind of strange, man. That they didn't clean up, but then again, different generation, right? Yeah, man. But as far as the album goes, we still working on it. I probably am gonna cut some of the tracks off because I just don't think I don't think, not that I don't have enough time. Um, I'm just running into too many problems. Um, as far as the mixing with the vinyl goes, I still want to learn how to do that. But whatever reason, my setup, every time I plug up my, my mixer to my, my turntable to my mixer, and the mixer into the interface, it just doesn't work, or it doesn't get recognized. And so what I'm thinking about doing is sampling, the vinyl into another music program, saving it as a WAV file, and then importing it into Fruity Loops and just doing it that way. Uh, Other than that, man, yeah, I had a couple, made a couple phone calls, bro, and I had a long conversation with a good friend of mine, and he said, yeah, man, he's like we got to stop being people's safety nets, as nice as we are, as good natured human beings as we are, it's like you got to stop being people's safety nets, it's like, and that's my dude. I love him to death, man. And what he said is true. He's like, we need to stop being people's safety nets because we can't be there for them only when they need something, man. It's like, it has to be reciprocated. And if it's not reciprocated, fuck it. And he's like, there's no bad blood, there's no nothing like that. But it's like, at the same time, man, it's like, I'm the same way where I don't like to be under-benefited in any situation. It's like, I hate that. And I hate it when people don't learn from their own mistakes. When they keep going back to the same situations and they think shit gonna be different. Or or they want to give, a dude who has a bunch of red flags a chance just because whatever. Because they think they can change them. And I'm like, nah, you can't. And at the end of the day, it's like, as much as you may love that individual, or you may have love for him, but it's not worth it. And like, you deserve somebody who's gonna be there for you when you need them, not just when they need you. And I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but that's just the conversation we had. And it's just interesting too, because it's like, as I get older, I realize, like, it's like, I'm never gonna stop being me, which is that genuine dude. I'm never gonna stop being who I am, because that's just who I am. And it's funny. I was talking to a gym sister, and she had issues with somebody else or whatever it was, and I'm like, yo, like if that other person stopped talking to you, that's a blessing. And she's like, what? It's like, think about it. Like, they dislike themselves so much that they rather stop talking to you just because. And then I said, yeah, it's like if they want to act like there's an issue between the two of you, whatever it is, let them. And don't ever sit there and wonder what if, because it's like, it's like, half the time I told her, it's like, it has, majority of the time, it has nothing to do with you. It's all about, their own insecurities and the shit that they got to deal with, that they don't know how to deal with, so they want to just be standoffish, and it's like, it really doesn't help them, so at the end of the day, just keep being you, and just keep it moving, and we gonna keep it pushing, man, and yeah, hey, look, man, I hope y'all have a great New Year's Day. I hope y'all are safe. Hope stay dry, stay warm. Wherever you at. One of my partners, day one dudes, hit me up with a text, and I think it was where he lived at. They had a bunch of snow, and I'm like, I don't miss that. And but as you guys can see, behind me, I'm gonna start working on some stuff, and so yeah, that Life album, we getting down to the crunch time, man, but we're gonna make it work. But yeah, stay tuned. The updates will be on my music production page on IG, Booth Music Productions, no, Booth Music underscore Productions, IG page. And I will figure out how to do all the streaming on all the platforms. And once everything clears, man, is like, we just gonna keep it moving, bro. And I appreciate everybody who supported me. I appreciate everybody who's still here. I even appreciate the dudes who left. And I'm gonna say why, because it's like people who leave your life, they make room for other people who wanna be in your life. Now I'm not saying that people can't come back around, because they can. But if they left once, for whatever reason, they can leave again, man. And hey man, I love y'all, man. 2022, stay up. Ghost.